Welcome to Band World, Band World, Band World, Band World.
Well, it's been a few days since the horrific domestic abuse incident with Wings of Redemption during Lolcow Live Fat Camp, where he pushed his wife over in a fit of rage. We went over the story and discussed Wings' firing from the show, and honestly, at the time, it seemed like he would be gone for good. But, surprise surprise, it appears this is not the case, with Keem Boogie reporting the other day that discussions with Wings were going well, and he was on the right path to returning to Lolcow.
Here's the deal. We basically have been in contact with Jordy, right? And our conversations with Jordy have been really, really productive. I don't think there's been a conversation with Jordy that's been like, oh, well, fuck him. You know what I mean? It's more been like, right on. And it seems like Jordy is taking this serious.
Yeah.
It seems like he is trying to do whatever he can to make amends for the wrongs that he knows he did.
Yep.
He's literally saying stuff like, I fucked up bad, which coming from Jordy is a big deal. You know what I mean? There's a lot of, retards that fuck up all the time. They're like, oh yeah, I fucked up. That's not Jordy. So he's literally saying stuff like that, like, I fucked up bad and I need to fix this. And
apparently, Wings is enrolled into anger management classes, which to Keem Boogie was a big deal.
Today he found a bunch of classes for anger management, excuse me, and he's enrolled in it.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
And in fact, I'm going to tell you about the phone call. I called him today, and I'm like, hey, man, good job on signing up for anger management. We're really proud. I think it's the first step in the right direction. Do you want to come on the show today and discuss it? And what did he say?
He said, no, I want to stay offline. And we go, okay, yeah, that's literally what you should be doing.
He's dedicated to getting better, 100%.
But we also want to offer him the platform to say it, so it didn't come from us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, in the middle of explaining all of this Wing stuff in classic Lolcow Live fashion, Boogie just gets his head smashed into a cake. I just can't. Whatever. They both continue to say that they were impressed with Wings' actions to make right on his domestic abuse, and may just be hitting him with a suspension from the show, seeming highly likely he will return.
If he's gone, right? We got to talk, right? It might be a suspension still. I don't know. We're kind of up in the air. We're really impressed that he's doing something, I must say. And I know a big portion of the fan base is going to be mad at us that we're even considering working out maybe a suspension instead of a firing, but we're just shocked he's actually taking accountability and doing taking anger management. That's not Wings, bro.
The first step in the right direction. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. And I said it on the Discord, and it was very unpopular. And I don't want to look like an idiot right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I want you to take this very serious. I know it'll be a long road to get him back. But I do think there's a very strong possibility that he will be back, and I want that. I actually want that. I can't speak to the future, and he's going to have to do a tremendous amount of work. But I think he's going to do it. And if he does that work, I want him back. And you can be as mad as you want.
I knew I was doing the right thing when I said I'm not going to fully close the door. And there could be a chance because look what he's doing. Look what he's fucking doing.
Doing what he needs to do.
I cannot
to better himself,
believe.
to better his life, to better Kelly's life.
I've known Wings for fucking 15 years. And the fact that he signed up today for an anger management class that costs money, by the way. He's paying for this shit.
Now look, I'm just gonna say this how it is. In pretty much any job, if you attack your wife in the workplace, you're going to be fired on the spot, and never welcome to return. If a YouTuber attacked their wife on camera, that creator would not be forgiven, and their audience would resent them. But, Lolcow Live, if you attack your wife on camera, while on the job, you're gonna get calls of support from Boogie and given a pathway back to the show. On the basis that you get anger management classes, it's actually pretty shocking. Now, the fake cancer stuff with Boogie was bad enough, and many will say that he should not have been allowed to keep his role on Lolcow at the time. But he was allowed to stick around, making an obscene amount of money, essentially being rewarded for the whole escapade. Now, that was already crossing a line, but going as far as to give someone who has clear problems with abusive behaviour and violent tendencies that grew so out of control that he attacked his boss and wife on camera, a chance to come back and continue working for that brand, just takes it to a whole nother level. Let me tell you something about Wings. He only cares about money. He's stated many times the only reason he does lolcow is for the money, and he's not someone who likes taking big financial hits. So, he will do anything he can to make it seem like he's a changed person. But at the end of the day, it's always going to be insincere. He will always be a sad man trying to milk the last drops of money from his dead YouTube career. I get the idea of lolcow Live is to milk Boogie and Wings for their fucked up actions, but somewhere a line has to be drawn. And if domestic abuse isn't it, it's concerning how far this shit could go. Now, I worked for lolcow back in January, my experience was fine, and I appreciate Keem for the opportunity, and I have no problems with the guy personally. But if what I have to say here rubs him the wrong way, then so be it. But I think Wings being given a shot at returning to the public eye by Keem is fucked up. The behaviour Wings has displayed was deplorable and unforgivable, and allowing him to continue making money and being a part of your brand is a completely cooked decision. Now that's all I really have for any updates with the Wings situation, but I do want to respond to a few things I saw commented on the last video. I'll start with the scripting allegations. I pinned a comment on my last video that said if this was fake, there would have been cracks in it somewhere, and that none of them are actually that good at acting. And this is something I really agree with. There is just no way that these three guys could have pulled off something like this. I get the show has a reputation for being YouTube's version of WWE, but I think this time it was actually legit. But I will say, if I am wrong on that, and there's always a chance I am, and this whole thing was a script using domestic violence to draw in attention, that just makes the situation even worse, and in that case, all these guys are legit fucked in the head. But again, I don't think it was fake, but never say never, I guess. I've also seen people talking about Wings holding what looks to be a gun case. Now, I don't think it was a gun case. Drama Alert reported on the situation, claiming that it was just hair clippers, and Twiggy, who was on the scene at the time, has confirmed this in the comments. One last thing I've seen a lot of discussion about is if Wings will be arrested for this. Now, as far as I know, Kelly does not wish to push any charges, so I guess it's up to the police to decide what they would want to do, but I'm sure they are already aware of the situation. But it's really unclear to say whether anything would come of it. That's all I really had for today, just a small update on the aftermath of the Wings situation, and honestly, it seems like he will probably be back on lolcow Live, which is just absolutely fucking cooked, honestly. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. Do you guys think Wings should be allowed back on lolcow? And will these anger management classes help him make a change? My name has been Stonic10. Drop a like and subscribe. I'm out.